Because Rare had figured out their niche. And they're like, oh, okay, we have a formula here. Let's see if we can make it harder. That's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize about game developers, is that once they figure out what they're doing, then they try to make it expert mode. They really love doing that. Because it's just fun to experiment with, like, how far you can push the engine, how far you can push what you can do in a level.
Dang it. I hate bramble.
Rule number 1, avoid the thorns.
Well,
You did not avoid the thorns. You thought they were bananas.
they were a thorn in my side.
But you know what? I wasn't gonna give it to you, Andrea, but now I'm gonna give it to you. So let's go ahead and give it. Let's give her a thank you, Editor Drak. All right, so there you go. That's the most I'm willing to spoil.
Block.
That's the most I'm willing to spoil Resident Evil 2. We'll eventually get to it. And we're not sure if this is still the speculation that's happening with 2, is whether or not we'll get a remake of Resident Evil 3 or if it'll just be DLC for 2. Because frankly, you could do that. Like, there's not a whole lot to Resident Evil 3's story when you break it down. But I think we're gonna get a Resident Evil 3 remake. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Because that trilogy, the original 3 games, are just that beloved. Ouch.
This game's hard.
No.
Well, that's why
It's
2.
okay, man.
That's why 2 is more difficult then. Actually, should have just gone this way.
There we go. In the meantime, while we're making, just to kind of increase the levity in here, we're gonna have another segment brought back of people might remember from previous Hat in Time episodes. I like to bring in silly stories that I've discovered while either doing my own news research or watching some kind of a show.
Okay.
And this one you're gonna love. Just curious, have either of you done like any legit apartment or house hunting?
A little bit. I've browsed some listings.
Okay, so you've seen like some of the prices that can happen.
Yeah.
In kind of hunting for an apartment and all that.
Yeah.
So just to give people kind of a feel for what we're about to get into, when I did some apartment hunting with my best friend Chris, we were looking at, I think the cheapest we could get an apartment was $500 a month.
Right.
In rent, and we're talking for just podunk shitty apartment. All right, hole in the wall shitty apartment.
Right.
Well, so that's kind of the low bar with where we live. So you'll be surprised to know that $1,500 a month is the lowest bar for California.
Yeah, it doesn't
especially
surprise
the
me.
San Jose area.
Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so this is the part that you're going to find silly, is that a guy actually decided to. First of all, you know what a studio apartment is, right?
I think I know the story you're talking about. It's the guy who
Gosh,
leased his apartment to cats.
Yes. So, so a $1,500 studio apartment, which for those who don't know what a studio apartment is just like a big space, all right?
Yeah.
It's everything out in one place. You don't have divided rooms. Your bed is basically down.
Nice, Andrea.
Very
well,
good.
I was trying to get across.
She deserves to cry at you. So at that point, like, this guy leased a $1,500 a month apartment in San Jose, California, to 2 cats.
God, must be nice to have money like that.
Jiminy freaking Christmas. Okay, I get that there are people that are animal lovers, straight up animal lovers, and love only animals. Like, I am thoroughly convinced that there are people in this world that if a gun was aimed at a puppy, they would take the bullet for the puppy because they're a disgusting human, as far as they are concerned. Yes, I did say human. Because I am trying to be more human.
Human.
I'm trying to be more human. All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and save right now. Just make this a little bit easier for ourselves.
Yep.
But yeah, this guy rented out an apartment to 2 cats.
Wow. An apartment for 2 cats.
Yes.
There's lots of stories like that.
And in other news, that studio apartment will never be rented by anyone else ever again, because you are going to be really lucky if you can get the cat smell out of a 1/10 of that apartment. All right, there you go. Game over.
Okay, we get it. Game over. Piece of shit.
Alex is going all AVGN on us.
I didn't want to go to college. No time for college. There's world saving to be done.
We're gonna be beauty school dropouts.
Exactly. All right, so back into Bramble Scramble we go.
I hate, and it's all going towards this game right now.
The level of hate you do not understand.
Can I please?
Welcome to the blooper reel of Deathfest. Wow.
I can't today.
Do you want me to take over really quick
Just
so
go
you can cool
ahead,
off?
because I can't get through this level.
Okay, so let's just be honest. The reason that we're failing so bad is we're all trying to comprehend how a guy could rent out an apartment to 2 cats.
It doesn't surprise me. There's always stories like that. It's like, oh, somebody in their will leaves like everything to their cats or dogs.
And we're
or something.
talking millions of dollars. And like hired staff. I remember reading a story like 5 years ago about how a butler's work contract got entrusted to his pet cat, or to his master's pet cat, and so he continued to work for the cat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The cat was his employer. just try to imagine that, putting that on your resume. I worked for Mr. Whiskers. He was a great employer. He cared endlessly for his employees. I don't know why anybody would badmouth him. Except for that one time that he left that big dookie in the litter box. I really didn't appreciate that. I told him he needed to be more careful with his dookies. Just try to imagine doing that in the interview. And this was a guy who was like Alfred for Batman, all right? It's like, yes, I worked for Mr. Whiskers. He was a tolerable employer. There we go. Oh! Wow, for a second there I thought you were going to get it, Andrea.
It doesn't matter. It was
No,
already
we
gotten.
already got it.
Boom, okay. So now we have squawks. Kill the bees. Kill the bees! Kill the bees! Please, kill the bees. The bees know what they did.
Bees!
Kill the bees like you would the zombies. Ha, 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 ha. Can I get a on 'em? Thank you. Thank you, Editor Drak. I appreciate it. It's so nice to know that Editor Drak just does what I ask him to do because, well, he's on the payroll.
Because he doesn't do anything for me. I'm joking.
Well, that's because you haven't told him that he's wonderful! Yes! I tell him that all the time. And then I did give him the mower of lawns, so that also did help with that whole process. And I did get him that team of joke writing chimps. He really loved that.
Joke writing chimps.
Have you not seen that joke that got done on like Tiny Toons and Animaniacs? Where they basically said that the Animaniacs and Tiny Toons writing teams were a bunch of chimps?
I don't know if I've ever seen that. My first thought went to The Simpsons, where this is 1,000...
Oh, Simpsons did it too, yeah.
Yeah, this is 1,000 trained monkeys.
Okay. So... Let's see if I can actually do this. Squawks.
I feel like playing it on this controller feels like it's so stiff.
It kind of is, but that...
Don't go for that. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
But I had to. It was staring me in the face, Andrea. Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh. Nope.
We're all wearing bandanas.
Ah! Damn it! Just trying to figure out how to move over to the next vine. It's been a while. Back into Bramble Scramble we go, everybody. And it's Dixie this time. And hey, look, before people jump down my throat, whatever you want to do with your apartment, you can do whatever the frick you want. but I'm just gonna laugh my butt off if you had like a 20-year-old son that you wish would move out of your basement, and you could have moved him into that apartment. All right, that would have been the way to get rid of him. Kind of like that one 30-year-old guy who's still living in his parents' basement, enough so that they are trying to evict him.
Yeah.
And he's appealing it.
Are you looking for an apartment, Alex?
Yeah, I've been looking a little bit.
Uh-oh. Have you not been able to find anything yet?
Oh, everything's pretty expensive, so.
Yeah. That's kind of the problem, is cost of living in wherever you're living is rising.
Well, I think nowadays a lot of people are just trying to find, like, you know, roommates.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think a lot of people nowadays...
And just piece of advice to people, just because you're friends with somebody does not mean you can be a roommate with them, okay?
I mean, it sure sounds great if you want to move in with your best friends, but...
Oh, no, and then you gotta live with them, and then you gotta learn all of their horrible habits, and I'm sorry, guys, but when you do sleepovers at your friend's house, that's not learning their living habits. All right? They're in sleepover mode. They're being charitable and all that. This is where they're actually going to hog the bed or whatever. That's not a good example, but
Hog.
like they're gonna hog the toothbrush, or they're gonna hog the refrigerator space. You know, this is where you actually learn about them and what they've had to deal with in their lives. That's why I'm saying, like, your best friend is still your best friend, but he might not be your best friend after you live with him or her.
Stupid birds.
Yeah, I have to remember which one's the...
No, this is gonna be hard.
Oh.
Okay, go.
Faster!
Go.
Ah, damn it! I was almost there, too. I was really proud of myself.
Told you, this game's hard.
I know. That's why I love it.
That's why you love it.
That's why I love it. Well, not only that, it's got Diddy and Dixie, which is, in my opinion, the best Kong duo that ever existed.
Don't worry about
Screw
it.
you, Zinger.
Yeah.
Screw you. No, I must murder the bees. I must murder them.
What if
The
the cost
bees
of
know
your
what they
life?
did. Yeah.
What if it's gonna make you die?
Oh!
Drak is wanting to take the chance.
Ah!
Don't. Just don't.
Okay. I will not take the chances anymore.
Follow the safe routes when it's just you.
But I have to show them...
Thank you for saying something. Thank you for saying something.
All right. You're welcome. I appreciate it.
Well, at least hopefully the people who
There
will
we
watch
go.
this will be
Damn it, I did it
entertained.
again.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Oh, jeez, really?
Yes, really.
Ah, freaking Zinger. All right. In case people haven't figured out yet, yes, I am playing instead of Alex. It's probably for the best, so that we don't wreck controllers
Or wreck the screen.
or wreck the screen. This is also very helpful. All right, let's get the barrel. See if I can do this. Welcome everybody to Bramble Scramble. I'm starting to agree with the internet, Alex. It is a pretty hard level.
Yeah, it's hard, but again, Animal Antics is harder because you gotta deal with wind.
Oh, yeah.
Just add wind to the mix. That is if wind can be your friend or it can be your enemy.
Most of the time it's your enemy.
It's actually your frenemy.
It is not your, in fact, your friends with benefits. There we go. Which for some reason somebody actually made that joke with me. I want to say like a month ago. It's like, so you married your best friend, huh? Yeah. So you could say that you're friends with benefits? No, that's not really the definition.
How far did the Game Grumps get into this game?
Oh, it's a JonTron playthrough, so I never finished it.
Oh, okay. I can just see.
I don't think they ever finished it.
What? Yeah, but I
I was
wonder.
gonna say, didn't they just do Donkey Kong Country 1?
No, I swear they started 2, but then they got frustrated
Yeah, welcome to the JonTron era where very few games got finished.
Well, that's still kind of the case. They never finished Majora's Mask.
They never finished Majora's Mask, but they do finish games on a lot more regular basis than John. I'll at least give the Danny era that credit, is like, they have less one-offs than they ever did with JonTron. But I think the intention was different when JonTron was a part of the show. So it's kind of hard to judge. Whee! It does not help that the thorns look like tasty bananas. So you know that they're luring Dixie and Diddy in to just give them a banana. That's not what's happening. Okay. Whee! Okay, back with Squawks. Andrea is the player of the game right now. She is definitely the player of the game. Which, speaking of, that actually...
Oh, don't!
Okay. I guess I will mention that later. I did not mean to do that. I saw the hook and it was too late. That is actually a question that we've gotten every now and then, is like, will there ever actually be such a thing as a one-off on Dragon Shadow?
Well, we've had
Like-
one-offs before.
Well, I mean, we've literally had a Let's Play that lasted one part. So, there you go. They do happen, but I think they're talking along the lines of, like, after playing Wheel of Fortune, you just get so frustrated with it. I'm sure at some point we'll consider doing it. It's one of those things where I disagree with the philosophy of the Grumps in that I don't see a reason to not finish a game, because it irks me so bad if you get like 60 parts into a Let's Play and then you find out they didn't finish it, kind of thing. So like I can only imagine the frustration that people have with say Skyward Sword or Majora's Mask with the Grumps, and they never finished it. Although technically Skyward Sword might get redeemed.
Yeah, because they've been doing those big streams.
Yeah, they've been doing those big 5-hour live streams. Oh, and did you notice that over the weekend, Aaron started streaming Kingdom Hearts on his channel? On Ego Raptor?
No, because I don't follow Ego Raptor solo.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Like we logged into YouTube one night, we're like, wow, he did like a 9-hour stream of Kingdom Hearts. Holy crap. In fact, that's one thing that's actually kind of shocking in 2019 is, you know, back when we were getting started, the kind of mode of how to do things was do 15-20 minute parts up from the 10-minute requirement in early Let's Play for YouTube.
Okay, you gotta really go fast. I bet we're so close to the end, but we just have to get...
Oh, jeez.
We're so close.
Yeah, I need to...
We can almost taste it.
Damn it!
Why do you keep hitting that corner?
It's because it's hard.
Because
okay?
it's hard, okay? Don't bring your completionist anger at me. There you go. But yeah, so like when we started, the mode of doing things for Let's Plays was like 15-20 minutes. Don't go longer than 25 minutes because you can't keep anybody's attention span longer than that. And now you actually will see Let's Plays that go for 2 hours. They're just basically archived live streams.
Yeah.
Okay. It does make... Oh, okay. There's a lot of velocity there that I forgot. Okay. Welcome to the Game Over stream. Maybe I'll just put all of this up, all of it in raw fail, and we can all just appreciate it. Or I could sack up and be a man and do this right. That could also be a thing that happens. Be a man. I must be swift as the coursing river, Alex.
Yeah. Classic, which won't be in the live-action movie.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense, by the way. Dang it.
Because China doesn't like musicals. You gotta get that China money. I'm still not sure how that works, considering it's been known that China grossly overinflates their numbers.
Yes.
So it kind of confuses me as to why studios keep chasing the Chinese market.
I don't get why China's an upcoming market when it's, like you've just kind of pointed out, numerically it's not reliable.